So, you know, Volkswagen has been selling like hotcakes here in China for almost 4 decades. It was the 1980s when Volkswagen came to the Middle Kingdom. Nowadays they import from Germany. They also have 2 joint venture partnerships, one with SAIC and one with FAW. And all in all, Volkswagen sells like crazy here in China. In fact, over 3 million units per year. And this is the 2021 Volkswagen Lavida. It is built by SAIC in their Changsha factory. And it is one of the most popular cars in the entire country. Every year they increase their sales since its debut over 3 generations ago. And in 2019, they sold over 500,000 of these. But why? What is the appeal of this car? And why does it sell so much? And that's what I'm here to find out. Now this comes in many trim levels, not just in China, but they also sell it throughout Southeast Asia. They even have an electric version of it. But this is the very base model. Now this car that I got here now, this is a rental car and it's a little dirty because I've been driving it around a while. In fact, this is the same car that I did a road trip with to eastern Guangdong earlier in the month. So I've gotten to know it pretty well lately, and I'll be honest with you, when I first saw it, I thought it was just the most boring and bland car on the market. But after spending some time with it now, I have to admit it's kind of growing on me a little bit. It's still really boring, but in a good way. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's very subtle in its design. I can appreciate that, I think, at my age. Here in China, with all the cars that are so loud and in your face, having a subtle, competent, and good quality vehicle like this to drive around, you know, it has some merits. And it's not a bad looking car. In fact, if you look closely, many of the lines are quite elegant and sensible. If I were to ask you to draw a picture of a car, you would probably draw this. If you look in the encyclopedia under car, it'd probably have this exact outline. Nothing groundbreaking about it. It's a compact car, but it actually looks bigger than other compacts you see on the road. It's longer, but a little bit narrower than some of the other ones in the market segment. I will also say this, for a car that's brand new, really, it only has about 5,000 kilometers on it, it's starting to show some imperfections in the paint. Right there and here on the door, a little bubbly spot right there. Probably just needs a good wash. Water bottles back here. The back seat of this car, the standard model, has actually got a lot of room. I've set the seat to where I like it in the driver's seat, and sitting back here is pretty comfortable. I got lots of leg room, a lot of headroom. There's no center armrest here. And there are no USB ports. I know in some of the other trim models you'll have USB ports for charging, but in the base model there's none of it. All I get is some air conditioning vents. The seat backs are a little, you know, straight up. They do not recline or anything, but they do fold down and into the trunk, extending this trunk, which is ample size in itself. It is a really good sized trunk for such a small car. The steering wheel is just, you know, it's a little soft, I guess, but it really is just a hard plastic. I mean, even the center console thing here is a hard plastic. It's really no comfortable places to put anything. You have the home screen here, of course, right? So I go to home, menu. Okay, got Apple CarPlay, which I love, of course. And I just use this for everything that I do. Very simple controls. You can see the layout of the screen. The screen itself is a square, but it's got these strange angles on the right and to the left, so it's kind of a funky little design on the dash itself. The phone, you can control the center screen in here, but there's almost no information to toggle through. And this side over here is just volume. Super simple controls. So there you see, that's the brake, okay, and this is the gas pedal. So it's really close to the center console. It's not a comfortable seating position at all. I mean, my leg is get into there. You really have to. Super unfortunate. The suspension being very soft and catching all the imperfections in the road pretty nicely. It's very smooth, very smooth. So that's it for my time with the Volkswagen Lavida. Have mixed feelings about it. Well, my car's in the shop. I have driven this across the province and in and around the town and lived with it day in and day out for quite some time now. I got to appreciate the quiet cabin, supple suspension. It's reliable, it's simple, it's subtle, it's a workhorse. It's been a good car, but very boring. And to be honest with you, I cannot wait to get back into my 10-year-old Havel, which is a base model itself, and enjoy driving that around the town again. Still, I really can appreciate what the market sees in a car like this. As my friend Ash said, this is what the consumer wants. And if they're selling 500,000 a year of these, it speaks for itself. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.